Hi everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to another session of NABARD Grade A Success Story Series. So today we have Appaji Naik with us who has cleared NABARD Grade A 2023 from journalist stream. So first of all, I welcome you Appaji on EduTap and heartiest congratulations on behalf of entire EduTap team.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So Appaji, first of all, we all would like to know about you. So please tell us something about yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have graduated in agriculture from University of Agricultural Sciences, Dhaka, and then I have pursued my masters in agricultural statistics from Indian Agricultural Research Institute, New Delhi, IRA, New Delhi. In December 2020, I completed my masters, and then thereafter I started preparing for UPSC and other civil services exams. And then by the time I came to know about NABARD through one of my friends, and then this was my first attempt in NABARD in the general stream, and now I have been selected as a grade A officer.
Appaji, as you said that you did your master from IRI. So
Yes,
IRI in itself is a very reputed college, right?
yes,
And you might have, you should have you have the option of pursuing PhD from the same, and you might have ended up becoming a scientist there. Then
yes,
why didn't you chose that scope for yourself, and why you shifted, and how NABARD came to you, and like how you thought of NABARD?
yes, ma'am. Definitely, IR is one of the reputed institution for research and development in agriculture. And during the course of my MS itself, I came to know about the civil services as well, and I got interested. And I started preparing for civil services. And as I also thought that PhD could be done later on in anywhere in my life, like after any time. So I started preparing for UPC civil services. And during the course of my journey, I came to know about NABARD, and that was one of the institutions where I was dreaming of for the job satisfaction, especially. So I would like to quote one incident during my Rabe program, which correlates with my decision to go for NABARD, especially. So in the in the Rabe map. So what happened is we just bridged the gap between the farmer and the forest officials, and we supplied them the forest saplings, so what they were required, and also ensured that they get the remuneration through Manrega scheme. So after the successful intervention in this scheme, we saw the smile in the face of that farmer. So that was highly satisfying than any other reward for us. And the similar smiles and the transformation in the lives of the farmer, we I could observe in the NABARD YouTube channel as well. When I got to know through my friends, I googled it, and I got to know, and such transformational journeys inspired me actually. And at that time I decided, yeah, this is a kind of job that will be giving me a kind of satisfaction in my life. So I just pursued NABARD.
True. See, satisfaction is more important than whatever you are doing, right? And if you feel like you are you are getting some kind of satisfaction by working with NABARD organization, and you have some kind of motivation, that's great to know. So now, Apaji, I wanted to ask you one thing regarding this. You mentioned like you can pursue PhD later on. So
Yes,
with that, I have another question. Like NABARD has the opportunity that you can pursue high studies. So
yes,
are
ma'am.
you willing to take high studies after NABARD?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, there is a scope, and actually, currently, I have not thought about it, and later on, I'll just think and decide upon them. Actually, and right now, I have not decided.
Okay. So
Okay.
Apaji, one more question. So as you seems to a very studious person to me, like you have graduated from a very good agriculture college, and then you have done masters from IRI, for which you have again given a competition, which is itself a good competition, right? For
Yes,
IRI. Then you started preparing UPSC and then NABARD. So haven't you felt like ki you are missing out on life, means people are enjoying their life at your age, and they are doing party, they're going for trip, and I'm studying. So haven't that thought came to you?
Definitely those are the things, because the friends with whom I had pursued my masters, they are already in the service, like they are scientists and they are in Indian Statistical Service as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, that thing happens, but I remember one quote from my childhood teachers. They said like कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है, so that obviously it is there. And I was always confident in my journey, so whatever journey I choose, so I gave the 100%, and I never regretted for it. So even it may be a success or a failure, but I never regretted it for it.
ट्रू ट्रू, कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है,
Yeah.
एंड वेल सेड। अगर आपने कोई गोल सेट किया है, देन यू हैव टू वर्क हार्ड एंड यू हैव टू बी कॉन्फिडेंट एंड यू हैव टू बिलीव इन योरसेल्फ दैट
Yeah.
यू आर परसुइंग अ गुड थिंग एंड यू हैव टू वर्क फॉर दैट। ओके,
Yes, ma'am,
so
definitely.
very good. Now see, once you have decided that you
Yes,
have to do NABARD, so first of all tell me that when you decided that you are doing NABARD, and then how you started your preparation.
yes, ma'am.
Like you can share what like you refer to the syllabus, or with the help of friends you came to know. So how you started your preparation and when you started.
Yes, ma'am. After like actually I had a risk appetite for UPSC. I already decided like I'll give some two attempts, and then later on it extended for three attempts. So after my third attempt, then one of my friend through one of my friend, I came to know about the NABARD, and then later on I just gone through the syllabus and the pattern of the examination, and as well I said. Like I googled, and in the YouTube I just got to know, so there I liked the like job interviews and the job profile, and then I looked into the pattern, all those things, and it was suitable, and also it was doable for me, so then I proceeded for the Nabana.
Okay, so you came to know about NABARD through your friends and you saw the syllabus, you saw the pattern, you felt like ki there are some common areas with the exam that you were preparing earlier, and then you started your preparation. So now let's discuss about your preparation journey and let's see that how you prepared for each phases, right? So
Okay.
first we have phase one, and in phase one
Yes.
we have non-merit and merit section, right?
Yeah.
In merit section we have quant, reasoning, English. So how you prepared for these subject?
Yes, ma'am. This quant reasoning English, they come under non-merit section, I guess, ma'am. Okay, and those I just use the means of exams in order to prepare for those things. So I guess around 1 month before that thing, so there was RBI Grade B exam. So I used that opportunity to prepare for these what quant reasoning English as well as general awareness part. So I just kind of being like a serious candidate, then I prepared for those things like quant reasoning, and I just do not have to worry further, so those things I just made thorough and then kept aside. Then after that grade B, then I started preparing for other sections, like whatever the remaining section in the non-merit is decision making, I suppose. So that took around hardly 4 hours. So
So,
regarding
Apaji,
non-merit. Yes,
regarding
ma'am.
non-merit section, that is decision making and computer knowledge. So, from where you study these
Mhm.
subject and how you study means we know they are part of non-merit. Weightage is
Yes, ma'am.
very less, and you have to just clear the
Yes.
minimum cutoff. That is around 3 to 4. So, from
Mm.
where, which sources you refer to these subject? Because I am assuming that computer knowledge and
Mm.
decision making might be new for you also, because UPSC,
Yes.
in UPSC you do not study these subject, right? So then how you prepare these two
Yes, ma'am.
subjects?
Yes. So computer, actually I had the knowledge, ma'am. During my MSc as well, I had computer application as my minor. So computer was quite okay, as well as one RRB P or something PDF it is available. So through that we can revise the things, and computer is doable on that basis. And regarding decision making, yeah, we have to like one session on, I think so, clarity or something classes. One session I had attended, and then thereafter the tests I used to give, man. So through test I just improved the decision making, and just I had like this cutoff will be around 2 marks or something, but we have to target around like 4 to 5 marks at least, so in order to not to miss the bus. So that was the thing. And through previous year questions as well, the decision making is doable, not that much, but we should not neglect. Okay.
So, see, Apaji, like
Hmm.
quant reasoning English is more of practice type. So here, there
Yes.
we practice the question. In
Yes.
decision making and computer knowledge, did you make your own notes?
own notes kind of thing I did not make for especially for these things, ma'am. For computer, I highlighted the PDF and then read through it, and as well as for my MS entrance, and during my MS as well, I had some knowledge, so I did not have to worry about computer. And decision making as such, so we have to actually analyze the question. So if you are lacking it, so why, what was the thought process I was lacking in that question, kind of thing. So decision making, anyhow, whatever we study over here, the same thing won't come, but the questions revolve around those things. So if we have the application oriented mind, then it is doable, not that issue.
Okay. And now moving on to the merit section. So Appaji,
Mhm.
first of all, please tell us and the aspirant who are watching this video regarding current affair, because for many aspirant, current affair is a burden. Like they
Yes,
feel
ma'am.
like how to do current affair. It is very vast. We have to
Yeah.
do schemes, we have to do reports, we have
Mhm.
to do all the current affair. What sources you followed? What was your strategy for current affair and how you managed it?
Yes, ma'am. Regarding current affairs, ma'am, basically there are 20 questions with respect to current affairs. So we have to devote the time as the weightage it is. So as I said, I had prepared for RBI Grade B. During that course, I had read the compilation PDF based on the current affairs. And other than this, as usual, I used to read the newspaper and PIB. I used to follow those things. So those things are must and should kind of thing. You can say PIB, though you can't neglect. So PIB and newspaper and any one compilation would suffice, along with the test series. So through which you can get to know the things and test yourself.
Appaji, you were mentioning regarding 20 marks. So that is the GA, that is general
Yes, ma'am.
awareness.
Yeah,
So, so you are suggesting, you are saying that you followed these sources for GA and
yeah.
agriculture current affair and ESI current affair. For all
Uh, huh.
you have followed these
Yeah,
sources.
yeah, yeah. For agriculture and ESI, especially, we have to more focus on that PIB part, ma'am. So
Okay.
PIB part, the ministries especially of agriculture and the food processing, all those things. So related to ESI and social justice, Ministry of Social Justice, maybe. So all those things we have to focus on in the PIB. And other thing, like any one monthly compilation of any institution, it would suffice. And for schemes part, the EduTap compilation, I referred it, especially for the mains, it helped me to recollect the things.
So, as you said that you were referring to PIB. So,
Yes,
referring
ma'am.
to PIB means, were you studying PIB daily on the daily basis?
Yes, ma'am. So I used to read the newspaper daily basis and then refer PIB. Actually, not on the daily basis, I can say, but I used to go through ministry wise. So ministry wise,
Okay.
so what are the things going on in this week or in this the following days? What are the things going on? So in that context, I used to go. And also while preparing, if I had some doubt, so I used to just Google it. And then first site I used to visit was the PIB site. So,
A- And one more thing that aspirant feel like कि there are so
mm,
many data. है ना? We have
mm,
to remember, we have to memorize so many data. So how
mm.
you manage to learn all these data in reports and in the
Mm.
schemes also? So how you
Yes,
manage to learn? Did you make notes on that, or what strategy did you follow?
definitely notes will help. But during my UPSC mains journey, so I had made notes of some important data. So those were in my mind as well. And along with that, during the course of my UPSC NABARD preparation as well. So I made like notes of some important data and reports as well to quote in the exam. So that will be handy. So that. And the note those data which you find more interesting, so that it will be imprinted in your brain, and you could easily recall during the exam. So that would be
True, true.
what
So
I
we have to
just.
make notes and we have to revise it, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
understand whatever is given
Mm,
in the report or the scheme.
mm.
Okay, so that was regarding current affair. Now, agriculture was your forte, like you
Mm.
excel in agriculture. But what about ESI? How you prepared for ESI? What sources you followed for ESI? And how you feel like the ESI that you have prepared for UPSC helped
Mm.
you in the NABARD, or the NABARD ESI was different?
Okay. Ma'am, regarding ESI, I would say that the static portion would be covered through my UPSC journey. So the static portion, and however, the current affairs part, it differs from the UPSC totally. You can say. So here, the current affairs part revolves morely around the ministries and the schemes, whatever those are things. But it is not the case there. So those things I used to refer the PIBs and through the PYQs, especially, I got to know that the areas of focus on which areas I have to focus, and I have given mocks of various institutions as well, and especially for the clarity I had subscribed, and then those mocks I had given, and through that also I used to learn from my mistakes, especially.
Okay, so now coming on to the next subject, that is ARD.
Okay.
That might be easy for you, but still, do you prepare anything for NABARD? Like, do you segregated your notes or segregated your resources for ARD? So, how did you do that? And what
Yes.
all you studied for ARD specifically?
ARD, regarding the syllabus coverage, ma'am, I had my optional, and then just I had a break, like a background of that thing. And with regarding to the NABARD, I had to streamline those things. So and then for that sake, what I did is I oriented my preparation towards the NABARD, and then prepared those areas. For example, the cooperatives and MSMEs. So whatever those things, those are focused here. So on those areas, I made kind of extensive kind of notes. So which are the important data regarding to cooperatives, and what are the issues, what are the solutions, what are the initiatives being taken by the government. So with these kind of notes on certain 10 to 20 topics which are of great importance to NABARD, as well as are in news. So currently through PIP, I used to get to know those things. So those topics I made a handy notes, so which helped me in the mains as well.
Okay, so that was regarding your phase one. So,
Ah,
before moving to the phase two, we
just-
want to know that after giving phase one, what was the feeling? Were you
Mhm.
confident and you just started preparing for phase two, or you were little bit doubtful that might be not performed somewhere very well? So, what was your reaction?
Yes, ma'am. All the sections I had actually done well, but regarding English, I had some issue with parajumbles on that context. Actually, due to time management, I think I could not do that, as there were 200 questions, and that one thing I also need to inform the aspirants over here that. We do practice in the mock tests here 200 questions in 2 hours, or somehow will manage here because we have a good kind of mouse over here, and in the examination center the interface will be kind of a little fuzzy, so the mouse will be not functioning properly, and they take extra time. So you calibrate those things, and then schedule your mocks accordingly, like 1 hour 40 minutes or 45 minutes. You just give those gaps, and that will take care of things. So that time management lacked in my films, I feel so, and because of that English part, some parajumbles I missed. However, I could clear that cut off, as it was the non-merit section, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So yes, the interface can cause a great
Mm.
trouble during examination. So you have to
Yes,
manage your time accordingly. That
definitely.
the insight for the aspirants. Now, after phase one, how did you prepare for phase two? Like, how did you prepare for descriptive answer writing and online English descriptive test that is there? So
Mm.
how you prepared, and means you were preparing for UPSC. So was that helpful, or you already know the content? And if you know the content, still the typing is the problem, right? Typing is the
Yeah.
issue. So in UPSC you write the answer, not type, but in NABARD you have to type the answer. So how you
Yes.
started your typing
Mm.
practice for answer writing?
Okay. Ma'am, regarding typing, I would like to say that I had good typing skill prior to my NABARD journey. During my UG and PG as well, post graduation as well, I had kind of 35 to 40 words per minute. So typing was not that issue for me. So later on, during my mains journey as well, I used to type those answers. So during that time, I used to like typing was doable for me. But however, many people I have seen many of my friends, those who face a problem in the typing. So I would suggest them so to practice more, because it is like riding a bike. The more you ride, or the more you practice, the more you perfect you becoming. So those things you can keep in mind. And other thing is that regarding the mains examination, we have English as 100 marks and other things as 100 marks. So it carries 50% of weightage. So we have to dedicate our time accordingly. So since it has 50%, so we have to be thorough in that. So I use the Grammarly, especially Grammarly, to correct my grammatical errors and improve upon the skills. And in English part, we can say there are essays, precis writing, and a letter. So essay, however, the drafting skill and the dimension part was taken care of my UPSC journey. And yeah, regarding essay, yeah, you have to have a well drafted introduction and conclusion, as well as the data and example should be well mixed up in the essay to fetch the good marks. And then regarding the pressure writing, so I referred Narvin sir class, so he gave some insights on that. That was helpful, and also that is freely available in the YouTube, I could say. And then one more thing regarding what is that
ARD and
called?
ESI descriptive.
Ha, ma'am.
E-
And in the English as well, letter, right? Ha,
Letter.
letter.
Okay.
So for that thing, I prepared one format as well. So I referred Narvin sir class as well and Clarity sir. So I made one format. And regarding the ARD descriptive, yeah, the word limit is like 600 words and 400. So and it was doable, but the issue I faced in the real examination is we were shifted to other center in the afternoon shift, where when the ARD part was scheduled, and the keyboard was not that good. So actually, I had to hit the keyboard so far loudly that the other person started looking at me. So that was an issue actually faced in the examination part of it. So that costed me like some word limit I could not meet in the ARD descriptive. However, I did not compromise with the content whatever I want to deliver. Few words it might have left, but the content was overall okay. And similarly, the objective part was done well. That's
So
it.
that was a great insight, Apaji, because aspirant tend to ignore these little things like
Hmm.
regarding interface, regarding type of
Hmm.
keyboard that is provided in the examination center,
Yeah.
regarding time management, and that might be very frustrating at that time you are typing the answer and the keyboard is not working, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Yes.
I would request all the aspirant that you have to be prepared for all such circumstances for descriptive answer writing, so that you can manage everything. And if there is something that is problematic during the answer, during the typing, during the your interview, sorry, during your answer writing process, you can manage your time accordingly. So that's a very good insight. And now, talking about your phase 2, when you completed your phase 2, so again, were you confident ki I have given my best, or you were waiting for the result for interview and then you think like I'll wait for result and then I'll prepare for interview?
No, no, I had performed well, but however, I said like that ARD part was creating was an apprehension part on my side. So that was a bit like 50-50. I was very much apprehensive because of that part. So other thing, it was I had done very well like in English as well. So I was pretty much confident as well. The preparation for interview was going on like slowly. It
Okay.
was going on.
So, can you share with us that how you started preparing for interview, what sources you followed, what all you
Yeah.
referred for the interview preparation especially, and if
Yes.
someone who has helped you throughout this preparation, you can
Hmm.
mention.
Yes, ma'am. Interview like for the knowledge part, I began with the annual report of NABARD, so where we get a good insight of the institution as well. And then the NABARD website and NABARD YouTube channel is also a good source. And then the next thing comes is like the DAF thing. So whatever the DAF in DAF, whatever the things we feel, we must be thorough in that those things, and we must be very much confident in those things. And the DAF thing, and one more thing in the interview process we must be aware of is like the drafting skills. Like there is no perfect answer for anything, any of the questions. So we have to alter as and when we find, yeah, this is better thing. So we have to make changes on those things. And the DAF, every pointers what we mentioned, we have to sit, brainstorm the things, and we have to get the questions from where all the questions could be asked, and those questions we have to be prepared of. So that if we done, I think so, interview will be taken care of. However, we need to be confident during the interview process. That's it can
Okay, so
Yeah.
So aspirant, as Appaji said, that you should be confident regarding whatever you are writing on DAF. So it is very important. It's reflect your personality, and you should be able to, show that okay, you are the person who has been reflected on the DAF. So that's very important. Prepare your DAF very well. And now I'll ask Appaji regarding the question type of question. So as you are from the agriculture background, so were more agriculture related question or technical agriculture related question was asked to you, or the question were more generic type?
Ma'am, the questions were like the syllabus oriented itself. We can say it were more of kind of in the things where whatever in the news, those were as well also asked. But somehow the few questions were kind of thing, we can say bouncers. But I could easily handle them due to my optional background. So, for example, the extension question, whatever there was asked, so agriculture background students could do well in that thing, and other things were doable from all the sides. Not that issue.
Okay, so the you have the general discussion like interview. Okay, so there was
Hmm.
no like the interview panelist trying to roast you or something. So that was the
No,
general
no.
discussion.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Interview was very cordial. You can say,
okay.
not.
So I just want to ask you here that the
Hmm.
did the phase one and phase two preparation help you in interview? Because many
Hmm.
aspirant asked to us that do we have to revise everything that we have studied so far? So that preparation helped you for interview, or you have to read something extra like NABARD annual report or something. So
Yeah, actually, the NABARD annual report I had not referred during my phase one and phase two. In phase two, I had just picked up certain points itself, and similarly with the phase one, just like a bullet point something. But during my interview course, I had to go through the thoroughly through that the balance sheet part and all those things. So that gives a very good insight about the organization. That was I feel it is necessary for the any of the aspirants who is preparing for interview. Mm, and
okay.
that yes.
Okay, so that was your interview part.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we want to know about the reactions during your result. So, when the result was out, so what was your reaction initially, and then who were the people that you went and you told them, okay, I have cleared the examination, and what was your reaction? First, tell us.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I had slept when the result was announced, and my one of my friend called me. The result is announced, so you have seen it. No, then I opened and saw. So the reaction was like I was very much excited, and that when we pursue our dream, so it feels happen. So, and one of my roommate, the Sidhu and Sachin, I have to credit them for the my interview preparation. Who used to conduct the mock kind of thing for interview, so they noticed my the first reaction of my results. So that was the thing, ma'am. So
So that's great. You should have such friends who are motivating always and who are
yes,
supporting you in this journey. So
yes,
that's
ma'am.
great to know. Now, Appaji, I just want to know, you have mentioned, though you have mentioned that where you have taken the help of EduTap. So I just
Mm.
wanted to know if you can summarize that how we have been part of your journey, how we have helped you throughout this journey.
Yes, ma'am. In the films part, I can say what the open mocks you have given that I have referred to, and prior to the films as well in the YouTube, I think you have made what are the exam patterns. So to know that as well, I have referred some YouTube videos of EduTap as well. And for pre the some open mocks and the mains as well, there was open mock from your side, and especially for the English Narvin sir, whatever I said. So those things are sources I referred, and in the interview part, it played a major role, I suppose, because the mock interview I gave in the EduTap, you provided with the recorded version of that thing, so which helped me in analyzing my the way I used to present those things, and those weaknesses I used to overcome them. So, and the panel member Ram Badal sir also, he helped and he gave me good suggestions as well. So that was the kind of help I got from EduTap.
So Appaji, you mentioned regarding mock. So before closing this interview, I just wanted to highlight, like, I can see that you have given mocks for phase two, you have given mocks for interview. So
Yes.
can you please tell aspirants like how much important is giving mock? Like, what is the importance of
Definitely.
giving mock, and how
Yeah.
much mock they should give before going to the examination?
Yeah, definitely. The way you like mocks are very like useful. I'll just tell you the importance of it in the prelims examination. Rather than identifying your mistakes, it also helps in developing your aptitude of answering certain questions. For which you do have no idea, but you have read something related to that. So those kind of things, it can be done through the mocks itself only. And in the mains part, it plays very crucial role where you can identify your mistakes. So where I am lacking, am I lacking in the structuring the question, or am I lacking in the typing speed, or am I lacking in the grammar? So you can accordingly dedicate your time and improve upon your skills and come up with the flying colors. So that was one of the things. So I would like to say that the more you sweat in a piece, the less you bleed in the war. And please ensure that no you should what leave no stone unturned, yeah, to ensure 100% selection of yours. So that is one of the suggestion from my side to the aspirants now.
True, true. So
Yes.
well said that you should not leave any stone unturned, because
Mm.
ultimately that's your goal and you want to achieve it, right? And
Yes.
you should
Mm.
be more focused.
Mm.
So now, Appaji, I want you to tell us about those people who have been your supporters throughout the journey, and who means those unsung heroes which we
Mm.
never mention. You are now a NABARD grade officer, but behind you there must be many people who supported you, be your family, friends. So can you means tell us about them?
Yes, ma'am. My family is my strength, I can say. Though they have instilled like kind of confidence in me. So whatever I do now, I believe in now. Not only now, but throughout my life. So I always believed in me. So it may be a failure or the success. As such, I mentioned previously. So that was my strength that I gained through my family. So my father and mother, they were highly supportive for me. So then other than that, my friends also and my roommates were very supportive whenever I feel low. So
Yeah, yeah, always parents are your biggest supporter,
and
and then if
yes,
you
ma'am.
have the good
Mm.
company, that
Mm.
also play the role, right?
And seniors also, they helped a lot for me in every kind of phase of my life as
So that's great. Now, see, before closing this interview, I just want, like, many people are out there who are preparing
well.
for UPSC, just like you prepared. You started preparing for UPSC, and now with the time they realize ki they should go for other exams also. Like
Mm.
you find a satisfaction in NABARD, then you switch to NABARD. But they
Definitely.
feel like that they could not clear, or they should go for some exams like RBI or NABARD. Like
Mm.
so, but they feel this thing like it is not doable in its first attempt, and you have done it in your first attempt. So, what suggestion you want to give to those aspirants? Means who are thinking like this, ki we are preparing for some any other exam, and now if we will go for NABARD, we will not be able to do it in the very first attempt. We will be needing more than one attempt. So, any suggestion for those aspirants?
Like it's not necessary that they require more number of attempts. If they are focused enough and prepare the exams as per the demand of the exam. And as I said, like you should work more upon your weaknesses and identify those weakness areas and the mistakes you are doing, and then work on those. So you definitely will have a success. There is no issue in that. So UPSC guys, I can say that they already have some exposure through to answer writing as well. So they need to take care of those weaknesses. So it may be typing or grammatical error, or maybe anything it might be. Maybe the agriculture itself. So they can cover up. That's not an issue. So if they find so it is difficult, so they can go for any mentorship kind of thing. That will definitely help. Right? Not require necessarily they have to have multiple attempts.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So if you feel like if you are, you can study exam oriented way, and you
Mhm.
concise your resources, and you see that what is the demand of examination, then
Mhm.
surely you will be you will be clearing the exam on the very first attempt itself.
Mhm.
So that was all for this interview. Apaji, it was nice talking to you. Again, congratulations, and we hope that you grow in your career ahead. So that was all for this interview aspirants. And I would again say that you can take the example from here. See, these success stories which we are bringing on YouTube are for you. So if you have that self doubt, like I need more attempt, I am from different background. and I cannot do it. I'm not able to do it. So you can take the example of these people who have actually done it. So at last I would say, be focused, and as the Appaji said, leave no stone unturned. Okay, give your 100%, and at the end success will come to you. So that was all. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Appaji.